Hello, our group project for KBS is WHK Automated PC Tech Support. Our group members are Danesh bin Mohammad Rafiq, Sridhar Ravinder, Vishal Vijendran, Dinesh Ramakrishnan, and Asjad Tamur. Introduction. Errors and bugs are a common thing for technology. In this day and age, almost everyone has a PC or laptop to do work, spend free time, or even do your regular tasks such as managing your own taxes. However, with such advanced technology comes bugs and errors. To top it off, your system can also be compromised by viruses and malware attacks. Many PC or laptop owners, despite owning the device, are not tech savvy. If a person is an average Joe who only uses his computer for work by using Microsoft Word, for example, the bug they are experiencing is likely a simple issue and even a simpler fix. Not only that, but it also helps computer technicians such as customers now can identify the problem and tell them rather than them having to manually deep dive into another person's system. WHK's automated PC tech support system is made to solve this problem by helping not only the non-tech savvy but the tech literate too. The system is very user friendly and is knowledgeable based system that uses specs and rules to determine how severe the user's PC related issue actually is based on the inputs they've given. The WHK Automated PC Tech Support System is an intelligent rule-based system designed to assist users with diagnosing and troubleshooting common computer problems. The system leverages a series of predefined rules and templates to interact with users, gather information, and provide personalized recommendation based on the user's input, using facts like user's name, age, operating system, and specific problem type like slowness, errors, or overheating. Okay, we have implemented several data collection such as our system asks for user's age, user's operating system, user's problem, and also asks for any probable causes. Moreover, we are also asking the problem and solution from the user. If user is experiencing unusual and suspicious stuff as unexpected ads or data loss, user is below 18 or above 35, on-site tech support is highly recommended. CPU and RAM usage high, virus highly possible. Experiencing BSOD but BIOS has already been updated, virus highly possible. So these are the data collection. That's all from me. Thank you.
Moving on to knowledge representation, the project primarily employs a rule-based system. This means it uses if-then rules to represent knowledge for diagnosing and resolving PC issues. Each rule is designed to trigger specific actions based on defined conditions. Additionally, the system uses a frame-based approach where user data is organized into structured templates or frames. These frames contain slots for details like the user's name, age, operating system, or problem type. The system also incorporates facts, which acts like object in object-oriented programming. These facts represent specific values that are connected to semantic relationships.
Hi, I am Vishal and I am representing the group to explain the rules we used in the system. Well, firstly, I have to mention that we will be displaying the rules in the table format in the flowchart format, because through this way I can also describe how the system flows while also describing what it does. Alright, so let's get started. Firstly, the system starts with a display welcome message. We'll prompt the user for the name and age. Well, this is our first function, whether the age of the user is between 18 or 35, 18 to 35. If the user is in that age range, on-site tech support will not be highly recommended, since they will probably have the experience necessary and the understanding of the device to deal with it by themselves. If they are not, however, they will probably not have enough experience to deal with the problem themselves, so the system will recommend on-site tech support.
Alright, to the next part of our flowchart of our system. The system will prompt the user and to get input on what their OS is, whether it's Windows, Linux, or Mac, and then it continues on to what types of issues the user is experiencing.
Continuing to the next part of the program, the system will prompt the user for what issue are they experiencing, and here the system will prompt the users with 5 different options. If the user is facing any slowness, the user will select the slowness issue, and from the slowness issue, the system will prompt the user whether and ask whether their CPU and RAM usages are high. If the user answers yes for both of the usages, the system will recommend to the user that a virus is highly possible and they should send it to the local technician. If both of the usages are not high, the system will recommend to the user that recommend a prompt which is whether their CPU or RAM models are old. If the user answers the prompt as no, the CPU and RAM models are new, the system will suggest the user to check for background processes and clean up temporary files. If not, the system will recommend the user to trade in and upgrade the models. Next, if the CPU and RAM usage, the user only replies as either one yes, the system will recommend the user to check for background processes and clean up the temporary files. Next, we continue to the errors issue. If their system is bringing up errors like a BSOD or a crash, the user will select this option. Well, after the user selects this option, the system will prompt the user for whether their system has a BSOD or a crash. If the user replies BSOD, the system will prompt the user by asking, have you updated your BIOS? Depending on the user's answer, whether they have, then the system will recommend that the issue with their computer is the motherboard issue, and if not, system will recommend the user to update the BIOS. Continuing, if the issue is that the user's computer is crashing, and the system will prompt the user to ask whether their GPU or CPU is properly detected and not outdated. If the user's input is yes, the game and app is unoptimized. This is what the system will recommend, and if it isn't, then the system will recommend the user to upgrade their GPU or CPU. Continuing over to overheating, the system will prompt the user of whether they have applied thermal paste in the last 1.5 years. If they have applied the thermal paste, the system will recommend the user to check ventilations to ensure proper airflow and clean dust. If not, the system will recommend the user to apply thermal paste. Continuing to screen flickering, if the user's issue is screen flickering, the system will immediately recommend the user to check the display settings and update drivers of their computer. And finally, if the user's issue is that the system is not charging, if the computer is not charging, the system will automatically recommend the user to check their power adapter and battery health. And that is all from me for rules.
I am Danish Ben Mohamarafi and I will be presenting the demo. So first we will prompt our name, then our age, then the OS, then the problem we are facing, and it will ask questions related to that problem. After answering the related questions, it will show output of the report like this. Age will determine the urgency of needing on-site tech support. So now I will do under 18. Okay, next. As you can see, my user is under 18, and it will say on-site support highly recommended. And the operating system will determine which diagnostic system we need to run. So we will keep going until we've seen all the outcomes. Now I will do above 35, Mac, errors, blue screen, yes, motherboard issue or virus. On-site highly recommended because I'm above 35. Now I will do between 18 and 35. Blue screen again, but this time I will type no. Now it tells me to update my BIOS. Now I will do errors, but crashes. Is my GPU used properly detected? Yes. The game or app may be unoptimized. The same thing, crashes, but this time I will say no. And it will show that I need to update GPU drivers. Now I will do overheating. Have I applied thermal paste in the last 1.5 years? Yes. Then I must check the ventilation and clean any dust. Now I will say no. It tells me to apply thermal paste on the CPU. Now I'll do screen flickering. Screen flickering is straightforward. You just check display settings. Now I will do no charging. I will say check the power adapter and battery health. I will go back to slowness. If one of them is yes, it will tell us to check the background processes and clean up temporary files. If both are yes, it will say that we have a virus. And finally, if both are no, we will get asked an additional question. If our models are old, we will say yes. It will ask us to trade in and upgrade my hardware. And the same thing, but we will use a different OS this time. Slowness, no, no, and no. It goes back to ask us to check for background processes. And because we enter an unknown OS, it won't recommend any diagnostics as it's an unknown OS.
Hi, it's me again, and I'm back for the conclusions. Well, the conclusion is that our system, the WHK, our system, the automatic PC tech support, will help many people throughout the world. Not only will it help people regardless whether they are tech savvy or not, whether they have any understanding of what this this tech is, they will be able to use it, and it will save them a lot of time from going to an on-site repair shop or being on hold in a call center to get their problem even diagnosed, let it alone be fixed. So we are confident with our system that we will be able to solve and make a lot of people's lives, professional or not, very efficient and quick in terms of repairing and diagnosing their issues with their computer. That is all from us, WHK. Thank you.